Hi guys! Today we are going to multiply and divide with familiar facts using a letter to represent the unknown. When we work with letters in math, they are called variables. This is an example of an expression. Instead of having both numbers, they substituted one number in using a variable. Variables are not always going to be x. Sometimes you'll have the variable g. Sometimes you'll have the variable r. Sometimes you might even have the variable s. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first word problem. This word problem reads, 21 students are grouped in threes to go on a field trip. How many groups of students are there? I know that I could annotate 21 students, and I could write that in numeric form. 21 students are grouped in threes to go on a field trip. How many groups of students are there? The unknown in this problem is the number of groups. That's what I'm finding. Since we are finding the number of groups, I will use the variable g to represent the unknown in my equation. Since this is a word problem, I want to draw a picture to solve it. Now I know that I'm going to be drawing a tape diagram. So here's my tape diagram, and this whole tape diagram represents 21 students. And they're grouped together in groups of 3. So there's one group. I can't continue making groups of 3 because that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find out how many groups of students there are. So I'm going to represent that in my tape diagram. So I'm going to write G for groups. So the number of groups, question mark. G and question mark. So if I wanted to solve this as an equation, I would write 21 for 21 students divided by 3 equals G. I'm substituting in my variable G into my equation. So now I'm going to solve for G, and I can skip count by 3 up to 21. So watch me skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I just skip counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So 21 divided by 3 equals G. So I would rewrite that as G equals 7. In a complete sentence, the value of G equals 7. So there are 7 groups of students. Let's go ahead and look at this problem right here. 24 equals 4 times R. This problem looks really funny because our product comes first. Sometimes that can confuse people. If it confuses you, just rewrite it. So I would write my equal sign and I would put 24 to the right of it. And then I would just rewrite 4 times R to the left. So it looks the way I usually see it. 4 times R equals 24. So I'll be solving 4 times what equals 24. So I would be skip counting by 4 until I counted up to 24. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just skip counted 6 times, so R equals 6. 4 times 6 equals 24. And I'm saying that R is 6. R equals 6. So I solved for that equation. This division problem looks a little funny because my variable D comes first. The first number in a division problem is always called your dividend, and it's always the biggest number. So I know that whatever number goes right here, it's going to be bigger than 6 and 3. In order to solve this right here, I could just multiply 6 and 3 together. So I could multiply 6 times 3, or 6 groups of 3. So I could say 6 times 3 equals D. D equals 18. And I can double check this by saying 18 divided by 6 equals 3. And I can prove that by skip counting by 6 up to 18. 6, 12, 18. I just skip counted 3 times. 1, 2, 3, which is what my quotient is. So to answer this division problem right here, I would write D equals 18. And I proved it with that division problem right there. Turn to the problem set. You are going to be completing this first column right here. If you get hung up or confused on how to complete any of these multiplication or division problems, turn back to the examples that we did together, either in the whole group or on the video to help you. Turn to the second page of the problem set. You are going to be completing 2A and 2B. You will pause the video to complete both pages of the problem set. Make sure to skip count, annotate, and show all of your work for each problem. After you completed these problems, hit play to check your work with mine. Are you ready? Go ahead and hit pause. Check your work with mine. Pause the video if you need to make a correction or review my work more closely. Look at the second page of the problem set. Make sure that you have included the tape diagram, your equation, how you solve for the variable, plus your statement form. You need all of this in your problem set. If you don't, pause the video to include it. You guys did a great job multiplying and dividing with familiar facts using a letter to represent the unknown. Look up at the board to follow the next step. Bye, guys.